Hey everybody, Ryan Gresham from Range Ready Studios, also Gun Talk Media, and Hunter's out here doing the Colt class, and we're going to give you guys a little tour of this little haven we put together, okay? So, this used to be a slaughterhouse, and after about a year of renovation, it's now Gun Talk Media headquarters and Range Ready Studios, which is where we put on our classes. So, let's show you guys around a little bit. So this is what we kind of call our pro shop. It's just really a hangout area for anyone coming in, where we register students. But probably the most important thing is air conditioning and real bathrooms, which a lot of people appreciate having decent facilities. I mean, we can make a porta potty work, but why do we have to, right? So this is kind of the first thing you'll see when you come into Range Ready. We do have some of our shirts and hats and stuff in here that's available for purchase, but just a nice little hangout area to cool off from the heat. So we kept a few elements of the old slaughterhouse, some whispers of that, but let me show you the classroom. So we've got a 2,500 square foot classroom, which we can really accommodate. What we normally do in our classes is we'll run about 16 shooters is what we create as our max. We could run a little bit more if we wanted to, but just as a nice manageable size, we kind of like 16, 2 relays of 8. And again, air conditioning, that's a good thing. You can see our grip sights trigger on the wall over there. That's kind of our motto when it comes to pistol shooting. Those are the 3 most important things. There's probably 12 other things you could worry your head about, but those are the most important things to get hits on target. And we have the whiteboard, we've got the TV, we can teach you however you need to be taught, and we have a lot of training aids to help people and make them better shooters. Let's show you the most important part, where the real work happens on the range. We really wanted to maximize what we could do here with the space we have. So we put together a range using HESCO berms, which I'll show you. Everybody who comes through and takes a class gets to sign our little wall here. All right, so this is the range, and the nice thing is we've got 100 yards on this side, so our rifle range. Then we have our big middle range here where we do a lot of our handgun and carbine classes. And then we have another little plinking range over here. So we can actually have 3 things going on at the same time. We've got a lot of different steel targets just to make it fun. We use a lot of different types of paper targets and cardboard targets to keep it interesting, but also not just for goofs, but actually help you train on it. And then we also have a lot of shade here.
So tell me about this class you're taking here at Range Ready. Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I think it's some world-class instruction with one of the better teachers in the country, and I feel fortunate to get one of the few slots available for it.
Get out of the sun. We try to make it a comfortable experience. You guys, most people who come out here are just regular citizens trying to get better at their shootings.
You've been here, what, almost 2 days now?
Almost 2 days.
And what do you think about the training you've got out here?
It's top notch, 100%. I'm not an inexperienced 1911 shooter, but still the sign of excellent training is the fact that they can still find things to fine tune your shooting and make you better. And that's the great thing about it. I'm having a great time.
What do you think?
I think it's great. I mean, I came here because I wanted to shoot better, certainly having the opportunity to get good instruction and lots of rounds downrange, so it's well worth the time.
So another thing that we did here when we were building this out is we had this planned out by a civil engineer. So we've got French drain system going through this whole thing. So we're in South Louisiana. You guys might know occasionally we get some rain in South Louisiana, but the ranges stay dry. Everything drains out very quickly, so you're never standing in a soggy mess when you're shooting. So it's a good experience, and you get a lot of work in, a lot of shooting in.
We're back in the classroom with Ryan. We went on a little bit of a tour of this amazing place. There's a class going on. Mm-hmm. So I noticed that you were part of the class. You were actually taking the class.
I mean, I love training, but I feel like sometimes we're putting on classes. People are like, man, you just shoot all the time. I'm like, I wish. Right. A lot of the shooting I do is on camera, which is a great way to groove bad habits, And so, especially when the camera guys say, just aim at the berm, we're not even seeing the targets. Well, that's not helpful. So I love getting some trigger time under the watchful eye of a skilled instructor.
Sure.
And so that's been great. I mean, I like 1911s. I don't shoot them as much as I do other types of pistols. So I thought I'd forget to take the safety off. So far, so good.
You've been shooting great.
So far, so good. But for us, I mean, one of the big things about this is we weren't planning to build a training facility.
Okay.
We were just planning to have Gun Talk Media have a headquarters where we had a little bit more space, a studio. In our dream world, we'd have a range, and we just happened to find a place where we had enough space to put a range. I really didn't think that we'd find something that wasn't in the middle of nowhere. And it's not. I mean, this is 45 minutes from New Orleans.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 20 minutes from
Covington.
lots of hotels and restaurants and stuff, so it's a convenient location.
Sure.
But when we saw that we had the space to do a classroom and a range, we thought, man, it'd be really neat to be able to offer some classes, invite people to come do some training.
Sure. You know, I was talking to some guys earlier, and it's always train. You can always learn something. You know, shooting is a perishable skill. It's a fine motor skill that it's perishable. So not only practice, but get in good habits through training. And, you know, I've been taking the class as well. You got some great instructors here. The staff, you know, is very gracious. Such a good personality. You're such a bombastic person. What do you do for Gun Talk, KJ?
What would you say you do here?
Yeah, well, like
Facilitator of fun?
Because that I would buy. You know, that I would buy.
I think my role kind of here has really evolved. They brought me on originally as like a content director, content manager to facilitate all the Instagram posts, the Facebooks, gathering content, and I review content, and I've grown into. I host shows now. We're actually on the set of the Gun Talk Hunt podcast that I host. It's a weekly podcast, but I gather guests up. I kind of like organize the facilities here at Range Ready and Gun Talk. I kind of keep everybody on task.
Wow.
Because it has to get done. Like we pump out so much content, it's freaking ridiculous.
Right.
You know, like I feel like I'm in a one-legged ass kicking contest. Yeah, and I'm not gaining
Told you
any
we were
ground.
meant to be together.
Like that's what I feel like I am.
Sure.
And because when you have a media like company at a range and you produce gun content, like how easy is it to go, oh, we got a gun and let's go shoot it. Now we got to get the footage edited. We've got to review the footage. We've got to put it out over all our social streams and our website and all that. So really I try to facilitate everybody, but it's an entire team here.
So you wear a lot of hats here, though.
You have to in a small team. I mean,
Right.
You do the same thing.
Sure.
You shoot, you host, you edit. Like it's the same thing. It's just a little bit bigger scale.
I just don't have your
Yeah.
charisma and talent.
Yeah, you do.
So
Like you've got it in spades, and that's what I love about you. And it's been awesome getting to meet you. 'Cause
and it was. I knew I was gonna like you when we walked in. We walked into this really nice restaurant, and you were just kind of kicked back, you know.
Yeah.
And right away, I started, just kind of
bantering
back and forth,
yeah.
and then I was like, "This guy is on point. You're the right man for the job.
I appreciate it.
for this, man. Like I said, and everybody likes you. You know, so we didn't have to go off site for anything. You got refrigerators full of water. So, you know, I've took a lot of training classes in a lot of different facilities, and some of them, you know, I use the term facility very loosely.
Yeah, we try to make it a turnkey, good experience. There's no brown bag lunches or anything like that, which, hey, we've all done it.
Sure.
And we'll do it when we have to, but we're trying to make it a good experience. And part of the reason for that, to me, is you or I would show up to a dirt pit and bring a brown bag lunch. But what about getting more people, not just your audience or my audience who are like super duper gun people? How do we get the casual gun person to come take a real class, not just a concealed carry class?
Have a building with air conditioning.
Yeah.
You know, and like you mentioned on the tour, it's clean. The facilities are clean. You got air conditioned, so it's a very comfortable environment. And you know, when you're taking a class or when you're learning, the more comfortable you can make someone, probably the more attentive they're going to be.
True.
And so, you know, that those pearls of wisdom will sink in a little better if they're relaxed and taking it all in versus standing outside and it's 115 degrees or what have you. You're like, oh my God. So, you know, it's great. All you have to do is walk through one door. There's all your training ranges. So this has turned out to be a pretty good gig for y'all.
Yeah, we're trying to grow it. We want to do some more of these types of things. And I really like that we were able to partner with Colt, and they wanted do this, to put this on. We've got Colt, we've got Galco, we've got double tap ammo, and we've got ear and eye protection from Walker.
So here we are, Gun Talk, Range Ready with Sarah from Colt. So let's talk about what's going on. We've been here, what, a day and a half? Yeah?
Yeah.
And we've been doing some pretty good training on some Colt competition 9mm.
So we love working with Range Ready and everybody here. Before the class, we kind of came up with something that worked for both of us, and we think it's been great, and we wanted to offer this to the students. We also love the facility. It has everything we need here, and it's a nice offering to the customers coming in.
So y'all were able to put together a program where the students came in, paid for the class, and they're going to take a Colt gun home with them.
Yep.
Or have it shipped to their FFL.
Yep, this specific one is the competition, 9mm.
Sure.
I'm a bullseye shooter, so I'm used to one-handed, hand behind the back, in my belt loop, one-handed, slow fire, 5 minutes, 5 rounds, spotting scope between each. So to speed it up, this is out of my comfort zone.
Tell me about this training y'all are doing.
Oh, that's a deep question. I mean, it's pretty comprehensive. You know, we're going through all the fundamentals, grip, everything, marksmanship, and now we're working on our speed a little bit. So we're gonna finish this up with a contest to see who can shoot a plate the fastest from the draw, single shot. So hopefully, I won't be last.
Are you enjoying the class? Are you getting anything out of it?
Oh yeah, I'm getting a lot out of it. A lot of stuff that I can take home, actionable, like real stuff to train on fundamental stuff.
So it's definitely worth coming, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a great facility, great trainers. They know way more. The depth of knowledge here is very, very deep.
And so it's pretty cool that the companies in the gun industry want to support this type of training too.
They recognize the value that's being had here.
Absolutely.
And so, but like, we're taking a Colt 1911 class today, but that's not all y'all offer though, right?
Correct. Yeah, we do regular just semi-auto pistol, where, you know, kind of a more traditional bring your own gun and your ammo and your range bag, and we'll train you up. We also do carbine classes here, kind of usually the AR platform.
Sure.
Right. We do reloading, hand loading.
Really?
We'll do a class. We actually have another one coming up soon with Gavin Gear, who's a buddy of ours who's on YouTube and a real knowledgeable reloader guy.
Wonderful.
We do low light classes. We have one with Surefire coming up at the end of the year.
Nice.
And more to come. More to come.
So y'all have got a really good solid base of instruction and instructors, and I'm assuming it's just going to grow from here.
I hope so. That's the plan.
Let's say somebody that's watching this, they're curious. Where are they going to go find out some more information?
RangeReadyStudios.com.
Okay.
And so the studios part kind of comes from our media world, and we consider everything we do here part of a TV set, whether it's the classroom or the range or our actual studio where we film our other shows.
Sure.
So RangeReadyStudios.com. You can see our class schedule, and you can also sign up for our email list, because a lot of these classes sell out fast.
Sure.
And the first people who find out are the ones on the Range Ready email list.
Because the classes are, and I'll put a link to that in the description below, y'all. So, but the classes are 16 people,
Usually 16 is what we put as the max.
and you're doing like two
relays of 8.
relays of 8. And so you've got a lot of instructors per students as far as the ratio goes.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of hands on, you got a lot of eyes on. So hopefully,
Absolutely.
you know, if you do have or have picked up or got some bad habits going on, then that can be diffused pretty quickly
Yeah, I
out
mean,
here.
you want somebody to look at what you're doing and help you out. I mean, number one, running a safe range, because
Exactly.
that's one of the things coming to these classes, a lot of different skill levels. So running a safe range, but also you're getting some one-on-one instruction from all of our instructors here. We're just trying to put on a good experience for everybody.
So we're at Range Ready doing some training out here with some Colt 1911s. You seem to have really dialed in what you've got going on. So tell me, you know, we've been out here a day and a half now.
All right.
Tell me what you think about the place.
Oh man, the facility's incredible. I am brand new to the 1911, so
Really?
just getting used to it, figuring out how it works, getting sort of the mechanics down, and learning how to do the safety. And man, that just by the end of yesterday, I felt like, yeah, okay, I've got this, and now I'm really concentrating on actually trying to make my hits, listening to what Chris tells me. It's a really nice place to train.
Are you a shooter?
I really enjoy it, but I'm pretty new. I've only been doing it for 3 years.
I'd have never guessed it because I mean it's dialed in tight as a drum
Yeah,
down
thank
range.
you.
So would you come back to this place?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, look, great job. You're being really methodical with the gun. Everybody's being safe, which is what you want to see. But I really appreciate you taking a few minutes in between strings to load some mags and visit with me.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.